Neville Goddard's final plan for conscious creation centers on the profound power of imagination. He teaches that our inner world shapes our outer reality, and that by assuming the feeling of our desires fulfilled, we set the stage for their manifestation. According to Goddard, persistence in this assumption is key. As we live from the end, acting, thinking, and feeling as though our dreams are already real, we align ourselves with the creative force that brings them to life. Neville often spoke of a final plan. The question on everyone's mind: what is this final plan that Goddard spoke of, and how does it relate to our lives today? Goddard's philosophy centers on the power of imagination and the law of assumption. The idea that assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled can bring desires into reality. This final plan is not about external events but an internal transformation, a shift in consciousness that empowers individuals to create their desired reality. As we delve into this transformative journey, we'll explore how to harness this power, align with our true selves, and manifest a life of purpose and fulfillment. As Neville said, we all have the ability within us to change our very reality. The law of assumption, the engine of the plan. At the core of Goddard's teachings is the law of assumption. This principle posits that by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, we can manifest our desires into reality. It's not about wishful thinking, but embodying the state of being that aligns with our desired outcome, how we really want to be in the world. In the context of the final plan, this law becomes the engine driving our transformation. By consciously directing our thoughts and feelings, we align ourselves with the reality we wish to experience. This alignment is not passive. It requires deliberate practice and unwavering faith in the unseen. Embracing the law of assumption means recognizing that our external world is a reflection of our internal state. By changing our assumptions, we change our reality. This is the essence of Goddard's message and the foundation of the final plan. The law of assumption, as taught by Neville Goddard, is a profound metaphysical principle that declares, whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. It is not wishful thinking, nor a passive hope, but a deliberate act of consciousness, choosing to believe in the reality of your desire before any physical evidence exists. Neville insisted that your external world is nothing more than a reflection of your internal state. You are not reacting to life. You are creating it through the assumptions you consistently entertain. When you assume something to be true and persist in that belief, regardless of current appearances, you set in motion unseen forces that restructure your outer world to reflect that inner conviction. This is not magic. It is law. For example, if you assume, I am wealthy, and you truly embody that assumption with feeling, repetition, and inner conviction, your reality must conform. It may not happen overnight, but the law guarantees it. Why? Because your subconscious mind accepts your assumptions as commands, without judgment or analysis. And from that acceptance, it orchestrates circumstances, people, and events to mirror that inner state. Neville emphasized that the key to successful assumption lies in feeling the wish fulfilled, not just repeating affirmations with no emotional engagement, but actually feeling what it would be like if your desire were already realized. The feeling is the secret. When you occupy a state internally, you begin to live from that place mentally and emotionally. And as you do, your outer world slowly begins to shift to match that state. The law of assumption is deeply empowering because it removes the need to manipulate people, beg for opportunities, or wait for outside permission. You assume the end. You live as though your desire is already yours. And you trust the law to bring it to pass. To embody this law is to become a conscious creator. You no longer ask, when will it happen? You affirm, it has happened, and I rest in the knowing. Through sustained assumption and unwavering inner conviction, you will witness your world reconfigure itself to match the truth of your assumption. In Neville's words, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and continue feeling that it is fulfilled until that which you feel objectifies itself. Living in the end is a practice where we mentally and emotionally inhabit the state of our fulfilled desire. It's about experiencing the feelings associated with our goal as if it has already been achieved. This practice bridges the gap between desire and manifestation. Goddard emphasized that this technique is not about visualizing the process, but the outcome. By focusing on the end result, we impress our subconscious mind with the reality of our desire, prompting it to orchestrate the necessary circumstances for its realization. Incorporating this practice into our daily lives involves regular visualization, affirmations, and maintaining a state of gratitude and belief. It's a disciplined approach that aligns our inner world with our desired external reality. Revision. Rewriting the past to transform the future. Goddard introduced the concept of revision as a method to alter past events in our imagination to change their impact on our present and future. By reimagining past experiences with a different outcome, we can shift our emotional responses and beliefs associated with those events. This technique involves revisiting a specific memory and altering it in our imagination to reflect the desired outcome. By doing so, we change the narrative we've internalized, which in turn affects our current behavior and expectations. Revision is a powerful tool for healing and transformation, allowing us to release limiting beliefs and emotional baggage, thereby aligning ourselves more closely with our desired reality. State akin to sleep. SATS. The gateway to the subconscious. The state akin to sleep, SATS, is a meditative state where the body is relaxed and the mind is receptive. Goddard advocated using this state to impress the subconscious mind with desired images and feelings. Entering SATS involves relaxing the body and quieting the mind, often achieved just before sleep or during deep meditation. In this state, we visualize our desired outcome with vivid detail and emotion, effectively planting the seed in our subconscious. Regular practice of SATS enhances our ability to manifest by strengthening the connection between our conscious desires and subconscious beliefs. It's a cornerstone technique in Goddard's teachings for effective manifestation. The power of awareness. Recognizing our creative authority. Awareness is the recognition of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs as the creators of our reality. Goddard emphasized that by becoming aware of our internal dialogue and assumptions, we can consciously direct them to align with our desired outcomes. This involves mindfulness and self-reflection, observing our habitual thoughts and replacing negative or limiting beliefs with empowering ones. By doing so, we take control of our creative power and become deliberate architects of our lives. Cultivating awareness is an ongoing practice that requires commitment and honesty with oneself. It's through this heightened awareness that we can effectively apply the law of assumption and manifest our desires. Assumptions. Harden into fact. The manifestation process. Goddard taught that persistent assumptions eventually harden into facts. This means that by consistently assuming a particular belief or outcome, it becomes our reality. The subconscious mind accepts repeated thoughts as truth and works to manifest them in our external world. This process underscores the importance of maintaining positive and empowering assumptions. It's not enough to wish for a better reality. We must assume it with conviction and consistency. Understanding this principle empowers us to take responsibility for our thoughts and beliefs, knowing that they directly influence our experiences. It's a call to consciously choose assumptions that align with the life we desire. Central to Goddard's philosophy is the idea that we are all expressions of the divine, possessing the creative power of God within us. This concept encourages us to look inward for guidance and power, rather than seeking it externally. Embracing our divine nature involves recognizing our inherent worth and creative potential. It's about understanding that we are not separate from the source of creation, but are active participants in the unfolding of our reality. This realization fosters a sense of empowerment and responsibility, motivating us to align our thoughts and actions with our highest aspirations. It's a transformative perspective that redefines our relationship with ourselves and the world. The final plan is not a distant prophecy, but a present invitation to awaken to our creative power and consciously shape our reality. Through the practices of assumption, revision, SATS, and awareness, we align ourselves with our desires and actualize them. Goddard's teachings offer a roadmap for personal transformation, emphasizing that change begins within. By embodying these principles, we not only improve our own lives but also contribute to the collective evolution of consciousness. As we step into this new era, let us embrace the final plan by recognizing our divine nature and exercising our creative authority with love, intention, and faith. The time is now to awaken to your true potential. Embrace the teachings of Neville Goddard and become the conscious creator of your reality. Remember, the power lies within you. For further exploration of these transformative concepts, consider watching our other videos on Neville Goddard's teachings. Thank you for watching.